I woke up today with a really big sense of excitement, a big sense of readiness to take on the day. And as the day went on, though, I found myself asking a lot of questions that I really didn't know the answers to. I found myself asking questions that really only God knew. And as the day progressed, I realized that I was becoming more and more frustrated that I didn't know the answers. I was becoming more and more frustrated that I didn't know the answers because I couldn't make any plans. And I got to the end of the day and I don't know had to be good enough. And oddly enough, it was all that I needed to realize that I don't know. But in that realization, I also realized that God knows. You see, wherever you're at today, you may have even had a day like this, or maybe you're currently asking yourself questions about your future, questions about even your past and things that happened and things that you can't let go of because you need to know why they happened or what happened, or things that are currently happening that don't seem to maybe line up with where you thought you'd be, where that marriage would be, where those children would be, where those relationships would be, where your career would be. And so you ask and you ask and you ask, and sometimes you don't hear anything and you have to keep on living not knowing. And I came to the point this afternoon where I don't know was the best answer that I could have come to. And it was okay because I realized that I have decided to put my trust in a God who does know the answer. There wouldn't really be an element of trust if we knew everything, right? Because at the end of the day, here's what I do know. I do know that I am his child and that he does have plans to prosper and plans that are good, and that he is a good shepherd, and that I have been redeemed, and that I am free, and all of the things that he speaks throughout scripture about who I am and who you are and what he's calling us to. There are so many more things that we know already that we often put on the back burner and really accentuate the things that we don't know. And so I really want to challenge you today to be okay with not knowing, and not really just be okay with not knowing for the sake of not knowing, but to be okay with not knowing because you know the one who does know. And oftentimes we have to know and we want to know, but today rest in the fact that he knows, and that's all that you need to know. I read a passage in Psalm 139 that really brought this all together for me, and let me leave you with this. It says, starting with verse 1, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You understand my thought afar off. You comprehend my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all of my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have hedged me behind and before, and laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high and I cannot attain it." And I cannot attain it because really we were never meant to attain it. That knowledge was always meant for God to have and for us to trust him.